Okay, the heater finally shut up, and I can get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final Wild West Wednesday. Hello to everybody in chat. DJ Larry Parker, Ruby and Pixels, Pixie Cow, Electric Dragon UK, Little Yozik, Lady Ahiru, Rocky Johan, and Echo Alpha X5. Hello. Hello. You may be wondering, why is this the final Wild West Wednesday? Well, this morning I completed the final background animation. So basically all the art assets are done. I still need to do a couple of tweaks and things, but the art assets are pretty much done. And as a result, also, I don't have to... hold on. I don't have anything else to do that's not super spoilery. Basically, hello Gen Boots. Basically, the remaining work I have to do is bug fixing, polishing, tweaks, and things. The kind of stuff that is not great for streaming because it's extremely spoilery. So that is why I'm declaring this the final Wild West Wednesday. Also, hello Bevan Red. I know that I know who you are, Bevan Red, but it's been a very long time, so I don't remember who you actually are. But I know that that's someone that I know. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, basically what I'm going to do this stream is just go through my list and get as much done on stream that's not super spoilery. And we keep having this conversation. I know we keep having this conversation because I have a terrible memory. That's why. Alas. It's fine. Just don't tell me. Let me live in mystery for the rest of my life. I'll be like, someone I know came to the final Wild West Wednesday, and I don't remember who it was because I'm a jerk. And then if you're not. Oh, come on. You're in my stream. You are important. Anyway. All right. Adventure Game Studio. Have you got any plans for streaming after this? Yeah, I'm probably gonna mostly stream GTA RP after this. But as far as development streams go, it's probably gonna be a good while before I do any more. Even when I start working on my next project, which hopefully won't be until after this summer. I'm not going to do dev streams until it's pretty far along because, unless I'm just very good at hiding what it is that I'm doing. But I don't want to spoil what it is I'm working on until I announce it, so, Yuck, GTA RP, who'd spend 5 hours at a pretend trial on a Tuesday? Fun fact, I went on yesterday as Yugi and I sat there and I minimized the window, so I was listening to it while I was working. I wasn't actually sitting there paying attention the whole time. I'm still keeping you on my server's cinema roster, so you'll be announced when you go live. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, it'll all just be GTRP streams, which I'll have a lot more time to play after Rosewater comes out. Anyway, let's get started. This is going to be a variety of things. So let's start with, what's this? Revisions. Okay, so this one is spoilery. So I'm going to not do this one on stream. Casino. After Danny says, oh, okay, there's another voice line that doesn't have text. Okay, so that is editing a voice line, which means let's go to Speech Center and find said line. And then edit it in this. When I'm catching up on VODs, I listen on walks like it's some bizarre podcast. It is a bizarre podcast. It's a bizarre soap opera called HFT. What is the actual line? The line is, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Anybody else?
Alright, so it's Danny 687, and we have to get rid of the anybody else. Yeah, I don't want another gold wave, thank you. Dan 687.
Oh, okay. Anybody else?
So, clip that. Save as. Oh, because it's open and...
Like the ones we saw on the wagon. Like the ones...
Yeah, shut up. Okay. Alright. Let's save as... Yes. Did it just save... It just saved an extra file that I don't need, so I need to get rid of it. And... Wait, where did you go? 687-1, we don't need you. You go away. Okay. Whoa! That always gets me. I've been raided. Oh, Scream Comrade, thank you. Thank you for the raid. Hello, Yo-Yo. Thank you. Hello. Welcome. Hello, HJP. Hello, it's the HFT squad. I've given you all special thanks in the end credits of Rosewater, by the way. I realized last night when I was playing, I was like, you know what? Everybody in the community has been so supportive and also has been keeping me sane while developing this game, so you all get a little HFT thanks in the end credits. Alright, so I am doing for my final stream, I'm just doing a mishmash of polish and fixing stuff. So that's what I'm doing for the next couple of hours, so sit back, relax, and enjoy, question mark. Alright, so we put that in our rhubarb folder. I saved the new version. I'm lip syncing it now. It's done, and we are pasting this into a folder. Rosewater sync pastes. Yes. Alright, so that's done. Hello, Ruthberry. Rhubarb, welcome, first time chat. Yeah, Rhubarb is a program to lip sync. It's really cool. It basically analyzes the audio files and it generates phonemes. It generates text files with the phonemes. So it's a lot easier than manual lip sync, which I did for a previous game and it took me a very long time. Darken box to look more wooden. Alright, this is an art thing, so let's go. Hello, Senor Sarcasm. Welcome. Welcome for the first time and for the last time. Alright, so this is PSD's Journey, Gambler Shack, Roadside Shack, what is it called? I think it's called Gambler, right? Yes, Gambler Shack, here we go. Alright, so this box, which, what happened to the box? Okay, we're not going to do it here. We're going to do it in the actual assets, because it's a tiny tweak. That would be 40, box and box open. Okay, there we go. So basically I'm darkening this box so that it looks more like wood and not cardboard. And there goes the heater, everybody. Welcome our friend Heater. It's not our friend, he's our enemy. When does the game come out again? Neviclink, hello. It comes out March 27th, so a little over a month from now. I have to go eat dinner, but we'll check in. I've somehow missed your streams up to now. Well, alright, enjoy your dinner, Ruthberry. Thank you. Join us for Wilderness West Wednesdays as Gurney plays through Red Dead. I might start doing a wild RP, so that's entirely possible. So never, you know, it might very well happen. All right, so I'm gonna make this an orange-ish color to make it look more wooden and dark. There we go. So -2 plus 54 minus 29. -2 plus 54 minus 29. -2 plus 54 minus 29. There. Okay. That looks more like a wooden box than a cardboard box. So, there we go. So, save those. Replace those sprites in my game. That was what, room 39? No. Room 40... 40? Yeah, just room 40. I really wish there was a way to... I always say this. I really wish there was a way to organize these folders numerically. But whatever. Wow, it's coming out so soon. Yeah, after 6 years in development, it's coming out in less than a month. It's pretty strange position to be in, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that's done. So that means I can check that off my list. Boom. Alright. Sound effects assets. I will go and do those later. Revisions to New Bethel. What have we got here? Okay. Alright, there's several of these. So, edit Nadine line 240 audio to remove last part. What is that? Let's find Nadine 240. Nadine 240. Which is... Oh, right. Every religious... Right, okay, so... Okay, yes, alright. Nad H240. Get rid of that. Save as 240. Save in rhubarb. Excuse me. Once again, lip sync that. I should have just done this for all of them at once, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, paste that into our Rosewater sync. Boom. Okay, that's that done. Okay, back to this. Alright. So some of these just need pauses. Haven't I seen that name? Alright, so hold on here. Haven't I seen that name? Wait, haven't I seen that name somewhere recently? Okay, so add a pause, which is 60. Go. Alright, so if Lola comes to get you and takes a couple of turns before... Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what we're saying. It feels like just yesterday I added it to my wish list. But according to Steam, that was actually 11/5/2022. Okay, well, see? Been a while since I alpha beta tested it too. Well, Echo Alpha test. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. Okay. I guess I should go down the list instead of just doing this randomly. So the first thing is art. So it says, make the path leading up to the mountain less of a well-worn road and more of a grassy trail. So I will do that now. The journey... Main scene 3. No, this is, here we go, Vignette Mountain Pass. There we go, right. So basically it's make this less of a I can't talk, well-worn road and make it more of a path. So that's this layer here. So let's put some, basically I'm just going to put grass on it, is what I'm going to do. So that's fine. So let's go ahead and put some grass on this path to make it less like a well-worn path, according to this. What's happening here anyway? Okay, so that's texture. That's also texture, which we're gonna get rid of. That is. Wait, why is this here? This is. That should be there. Why was it not there? Was it not there? I don't know. Anyway, basically I'm just gonna add more like stuff like this. It's fine. So, here. Right. I don't want other dynamics, I just want shape dynamics for now. So, start by making this edge less kempt, and make it more unkempt. That should do. Now, of course, we need to add a little bit more grassy texture as we go in. Just to make it look like it's actually grass, not just a bunch of green blobs. I'm pretty sure it was related to a Facebook post that I made about how disgruntled I am with the state of the government, but the conservative mom of some friends I had from an old church of mine texted me asking what's going on, so I replied with a rant and managed to avoid saying fascism. Wow. I deactivated my Facebook account a very long time ago, precisely for that reason, because I didn't want to get into any political arguments, and I also just didn't want to see a bunch of people on adventure game Facebook groups being like, well, let's talk about Monkey Island for the 75th time in 40 years. 75,000th time in 40 years. So, you know, I highly recommend just disengaging from social media. It's probably the best thing that I've done for my sanity recently. So, you know, if you can, I highly recommend doing so. Put a little shadow underneath this grass. Okay, cool. Alright, that should do. That makes it look like less of a well-worn path and more of a mountainy, sort of grassy thing. It's hard when the only people I like don't live here. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's save as... Actually, did I? I'm curious why that layer was turned off. Is it because it's not in... No, it is. I guess I don't know, turn it off somehow. Doesn't matter. It's hard when your partner lives in another country. I can imagine so, yes. Hello, Slacks. There we go. Alright. Background. Mountain pass. Mountain pass. Done. Yes? Yes, I do. Whoa! Okay. So now we go over here to Act 2 encounters, Mountain Pass. We change the background. And there we go. Have you played Lamplight City? It's like Monkey Island. Yeah, except it's not, and people get annoyed because it doesn't have inventory. Okay. Cluster companions a little more on the mountain road and in the cabin so they're not standing so evenly spaced. Put Lola and Nadine closer together and add Gigi to the scene. Alright. Yeah, okay. This is gonna take a few tries because obviously this is alright, so Lola comes over here. Cluster them a little more so that they're not so evenly spaced. Was the direction. So let's see how they are currently, and let's see what we can do to make them look less evenly spaced. It's hard when your mom watches celebrity gossip and conservative news on her iPad. Oh, dear. Yeah. That sucks. Okay. So, let's go ahead and also turn off the music volume. And I'll have to add a crash sound effect to this too, but sound effects is a separate pass that I'm doing another time, not on stream. So, oh, I just remembered I need to flip that as well. I need to flip that graphic so that it looks like a left-handed guitar.
What? The
Okay. Oh no!
What the hell?
Alright. So...
How bad is it?
I think Phil can be back here.
One of the front wheels caught a big hole in the road. Front
Phil can
axle's
be over
completely
here.
split. I said,
Well, this is just fantastic.
Okay, so... Yeah, Phil should be standing over here. And Harley should be a little bit higher. I think that'll help. Because... Yeah. Alright, so... Phil here. Excuse me. And Harley a few pixels higher. Excuse me. After fade in. What was that all about? What the hell was that? Okay, so change him here. And have Harley be 530. Why not? 530 should be good. And of course add Gegi to the scene. So we'll have Gegi. Let's find a place for Gegi. I don't know. I know more about Harry and Negan as well as the Ryan Reynolds case than I care to know. I don't even know what you're talking about. So maybe I should consider myself lucky. Alright.
I don't know.
Boom.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Alright, there we go. Phil should be a little
bad is
closer
it?
now, but
front. I said,
Well, this is just fantastic.
yeah, he should be a few pixels closer. Of course,
Yep,
now I need to figure out they're walking away because
Hey,
Hold.
my name
Awful.
I
and we can
Because now
much
it's going to
one.
be very strange when they all walk away. Right, okay, that's not so strange. Alright, it's just that Phil starts walking, needs to start walking first. Okay, so he needs to be like here. So 8:30 instead of 8:48. 8:30. And then after that happens with the dialogue. Didn't you hear Prince Harry got married to that guy from The Walking Dead? Is that what happened? I see. Airship breakdown. Here we go. Guess we should have. Okay, hey folks. Alright, awful kind of you. Alright, so that means that he should start walking first. And then wait 20. So between weight 1 and weight and fader transparency 100 is what I need to copy paste here. Alright. While I'm at this, let's open up Photoshop and fix this guitar. Right. Also, I need to, as long as I'm here too, let's do this because I know that this guitar is just an edit of this one over here, which is library guitar, right? Okay, so seeing that this is a left-handed guitar, the pick guard needs to be on the other side, so let's just do a quick flip here as best as I can. Hopefully this won't look too bad. I mean, it looks pretty bad, but not too bad. Alright, line up the strings here. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so instead of doing that, let's just do this. Copy this. Paste it on the other side. So that it'll look fine there, and then that on, get rid of that, and then just paint in this. Because continuity matters. That gets saved there. And then this also, because I know that I brightened it, let's go ahead and just do this. The manual way. Easy fix. Alright, so go ahead and fix that in the sprites. Let's see. Now we just need to find the ropes. I know it's in 39, which is here. Yes. Alright. Place. Okay. The library is here. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Lol, my typo. Oh, Megan. You meant Megan. Right, of course, Harry and Megan. How silly of me not to pay attention to such important topics of the day and what have you. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Alright. So, I did that. I need to put the dog in the scene, and now that I'm going to see where they're all standing, I'm going to find a place for the dog, which I think should be between where Lola ends up and where Jake is standing. And then the dog can we pet the dog? Yes, you can pet the dog. On multiple occasions. There is an achievement for petting the dog. So, there you go. This game's got everything. You can pet the dog, there's a fishing mini game, which I still need to finish coding, and there's lots of stuff for everybody. There's dynamite, there's there's everything else. See, there's the dog right there in the seat, but she needs to be in the wide scene and in the
Bridge over there.
Hello, Nicholas Patton. Oh, no.
What the hell?
Oh, no. Okay. So, she's examining the wheel. And she walks over here.
Bad. Front
She
axle.
says it's bad. So, where's Geggy? Geggy can be here, I guess. Because I don't want... The thing is, Geggy doesn't have a turnaround animation. So, I can't have Geggy facing Lola. Geggy has to be facing this way. So she's gonna have to be, like, behind the tree here somehow. Does the stream title mean this will be the last ever stream you do, or just for this game? Well, see, it's the final Wild West Wednesday, so it's the final Rosewater development stream. I will do other streams, you know, for future games eventually, and I will do Grand Theft Auto roleplay streams, but with regards to Rosewater specifically, this is going to be the last stream I do. Until Frontier Friday. No more Frontier Fridays, no more Wild West Wednesday, no more Throwdown Thursdays. This is it! This is it! Thank you, Echo Alpha. Alright, so let's just make sure that the walking works here. When they all leave.
I'll be...
Yeah, okay. That works. Okay, cool. I don't think that they need to wait, though. They can just... The three of them can just start walking right away. Or they can all just start walking. And it'll probably look better than just like, oh, whatever, just walk. Okay, so with regards to where we're gonna put Geggy, let's put her right here and hope for the best. Let's see, Geggy, change room, and then animate her. Excuse me. Yeah, she has a get up, and she has a, she has a stand up, but she doesn't have a turnaround. So that's why I meant she can't turn around. She has to just be sitting there. So loop 10. Right? T Geggy loop equals 10. So that will be fine. Hello, Dr. Mario DSW. Then we have a month to stew until the release date. Yes. Oh my god, Neverclink, you're singing the Canada song from Epcot. Well done. Well done. Julia Minamata will be very happy and also nauseated by that song. Okay, so let's try this again. Lola stays behind, so I don't think Geggy needs to walk along with them. She just kind of stands. She hangs back at first, and then of course we have to put Geggy in the. We have to put Geggy in the overall mountain scene as well.
What?
Bum, bum, bum.
What the hell?
Oh, there she is.
How bad is...
She kind of looks like she's on the tree, so I'm gonna move
Bad.
her.
One of the front wheels caught a big hole in the road. Front axles I said,
Well,
Yeah, see, that's the problem with this foreground tree is that this.
The broken axle is fixable. We can deal with this.
Maybe I should
yes.
move them
And if we lose
or
a day,
lower
we
them.
lose a day.
I think I'm just gonna lower them because
hey, folks.
yeah,
Hold it
they're too
there.
tall. So let's go ahead. I'm just gonna do that. All right. So foreground trees. 45. 4 trees. Here we go. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop these down a few pixels. Boom, boom, boom. That should be fine. Let's replace those. Where's room 45? I don't know where room 45 is. Hello, Fiction Control. Yes, you made it. You made it. Feels very Oregon Trail. Well, yeah, it's a broken axle. That's one of the many hazards along the trail that one might find. All right, now let's see how that looks. Hopefully better. Does anyone die of dysentery in this game? No, they do not. They do not die of dysentery. Some people die of lead poisoning. It's a little joke there. See, because they get shot by bullets. But, not dysentery. There's one guy who has cholera. Alright, here we go again. Boom, 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 boom. Does anyone get blown up? Sure. Thanks. People get blown up. Things get blown up. People get blown up.
What the hell?
There's explosions up the wazoo. That's better. Okay.
How bad is it?
So Geggy's there. She's animating.
bad. Front axles. I suggest y'all
She
find
could
a good
actually
camp.
be a few pixels
this
lower.
is just...
Guess we
Wouldn't.
But yeah, we'll worry about that in a moment.
Hey, folks!
Hold.
We won!
Follow me, and then everyone starts walking at the same time. That's fine. Okay. Geggy, however, should be a few pixels to the bottom. To a few pixels lower. 508 is, I think, would be fine. Alright. She's animating already, so that's not a problem. And then we'll see where she belongs on the next screen. Excuse me. Goodness. Must be lunchtime or close to it. When I start hiccuping and burping, that means it's time. I'm getting hungry. How incredibly rude. Alright. Once again. Because I should have just watched the rest to figure out where the dog goes. crash.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Alright, so dog is fine
How bad
there.
Front act wouldn't.
Okay, I do like the trees lower. That's a much
Hey,
better
Hold it.
composition there.
awful kind.
I'll be.
Also, if you notice, the pothole is framed in between the two trees purposefully. Okay, so Geggy
Greetings,
needs to be
friends.
here.
I hope you're well.
I might shaken up, but taller.
Geggy needs to be here, which is, I'll figure that out. Well, here. Okay, so let's open up New Bethel, Maine. And figure out where that is. Here. Okay, so breakdown. It's kind of alright. So, let's see, Geggy. Change room, 113, and that. And she's going to continue wagging her tail, so that's not a problem. And then after that, she gets changed to room -1 because we don't want her just sitting there the whole time. So, see Geggy dot change room -1. Alright. Did I spy a New Game Plus button? You sure did. Is Geggy a nickname for something? Geggy is the name of the dog originally. I keep calling her that because that's her character name. She gets a new name. Yeah. So, New Game Plus, yeah, you get a little extra option. I'm not going to spoil it. You can discover it for yourself, but there is a little special thing when you get, when you finish the game. A few things unlock. So, let's see.
What the hell?
We'd better.
Alright, so dog's there.
Front act wouldn't.
Alright, let's go, everybody. Alright, and then... Okay, that's fine.
Greetings, friends.
She
I
needs to
hope
be
you're well.
forward. She needs to be forward and closer to Lola, so she needs to be... Where did I say she was? Hold on. Under breakdown. 1220, 653, which is... 1220, 653, which is, yeah, right there. It's that sort of little crease there. Right, so her center is there. So her center should really be over here. So, like, here. So 1248, I would say, is fine.
I might.
Brother
So yeah, 1248, remember that. Alright.
at this
1248.
At-
That looks okay. Oh wait, no, that doesn't look okay. Jake's not correct. Why did I have to deal with this? All right. 1248. 1248. here's a problem, because Jake needs to be... How do I fix this? I mean, the way I fix this is I do new walk behinds for things, but no. Obviously, I want... Well, no, I don't want. What do I want? What do I want out of life? Exactly. I want this to be... Wait, hold on. There's an easier way to do this. Which is just have this part here. Have a third walk behind. Which is, I guess, here. For 627, right? Right, okay. So, make this the third walk behind, I guess. Right. Do that. And then leave Jake's baseline as is. Because Jake's body, Jake baseline 0. Okay, so then room load. I had Jake's body be Jake's baseline 662. So Jake gets moved to where? 629, right? 629, which means he is lower than this, but he is not lower than this. So he is not... He will be under the table, but he won't be below that. So let's try that again. Let's try one more time. Make sure that Jake is at the right spot on the table and that the walk behinds for the table for everybody else is fine too. I certainly hope that that's the case, because yes, they're at 558 and 566, so they will still be behind the table, which is good, because they have to be behind the table. Walk.
What the hell?
We better.
Wouldn't.
I'll be.
Alright. Dog is in a decent
Greetings,
place.
friends. I hope
She's
you're
next to Lola, which is what's important.
Sister Bridget. Yes.
Jake is correctly
Brothers
under
and
the table,
sisters of the second dawn. At this,
as are
oh Lord, we
Joanna and Eliza.
and now,
And now... Yes, correct. Good. Perfect. Alright. Very nice. Oh. Oh boy. Here we go. Wow, very meta. Very meta. But let's
Quite
go ahead and
these are good.
clear this scene here.
Enjoy.
Brother.
And what? I am.
you must.
Oh, Phil. Hey there.
Hello. May I have everyone's attention, please?
No, that was
What?
that was a mistake. All right.
What?
These are good. Please. I true.
Huh? Oh. Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna have to do something here for the so that this doesn't get out of sync. Also, hello Edmunditor. Oh, wait a minute. You've redeemed Much's terrible plan, so let's go ahead and do that. The meta Much's terrible plan.
Hey everybody! It's me! Much! Why am I not moving my mouth? Oh, right, 'cause I need a microphone input. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go! Hey everybody! It's me! Much! And I got a plan! You should make a redeem for channel points in which Much, the miller's son from Conquest of the Longbow, which is me, proposes a terrible plan in a very silly voice that probably hurts your throat, and then somewhere in the chat can make that last one redeem be ridiculously meta. Oh ho ho! Isn't that great? Well, that's my plan. Bye!
Thank you, Electric Dragon UK. Although the joke's on you because I'm keeping that channel reward. I mean, obviously I'm not going to keep it for, like, RP streams, but, you know, he's not going away forever. Anyway, is this lo-fi dancing? No, it's not lo-fi dancing. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to... Oh, Edmunditor has redeemed Hydrate. Thank you, I will. The problem with this section... The problem with this section is that there's music playing and there's people clapping and it's supposed to sync up to the music. But unfortunately it's very easy for it to go out of sync, especially if you save your game, so I'm going to do a little tweak here. Let's turn the browser, let's mute the browser music. Let's go back here. Let's turn the music back up. See, right now it's out of sync. Okay, now it's in sync again. So what I want to happen is, if you do this, and you're in the main menu, I want the music to pause, so that it doesn't do that. Okay, so the inventory is not a problem, because they still keep going with the inventory, which is fine. But pause obviously is fine too. But bringing up this save menu, I think, needs to... bringing up this menu needs to pause it, because otherwise it's gonna... yeah. Okay, so how do I do this without screwing it up if you quit to the main menu? Hold on. I should also probably do it so that if you do the hints in this room, it also does that. So, you should check if the game is paused and the audio channel is playing, so pause it. And then the opposite. Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Alright, it's not a weird bug, it's just the way AGS works. So, alright, room 116. Repeatedly execute always. And we'll say... Thank you, Jess. If is game paused is equal to true, else. Alright, so let's do my classic thing just to make sure. Display whack. Because that means it'll crash the game when the game pauses. Uh-oh. Oh, right. If is game paused, wah wah is true. The question is, does the game pause when you hold down the hint button? I could always just add an extra check if the hint thing is visible. So, put the wah-wahs. Wah wah. There we go. There we go. It worked. Alright, so that worked. It does, I know that code well. Okay, cool. Alright, so only in this room, because this is the one instance where we have a synced track where it needs to be synced. Okay. Hey, alright, okay. So let's go to our pause function here, which is pause key. Alright, system audio channel 3, I believe, is music. Alright. And then system audio channel 3 resume. If it's paused, of course. Because we don't want this running all the damn time. If system audio channels 3 is paused, then resume. Alright, let's check. My only question then is, what happens if you save your game, or if you quit to the main menu while you have the thing open and you come back? Will it resume your thing? It should, theoretically. Right. Okay. I mean, it's out of sync now because I got it out of sync beforehand with the thing, but actually, no, you still can. That's fine. So if you quit to main menu and it saves, okay, you continue. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That preserves the tempo a little bit better. Alright, nice. So many curly braces, I know. Alright, so now I wanted to test, I wanted to save my game dance end test to make sure that...
Hey there.
So where?
What about...
I got.
May I have everyone's attention, please?
Okay, so that is obviously the wrong frame that they're on. So let's go ahead and fix that, because that is a frame skipped. So let's see here. Views. Background extras. And they are here. Right? Okay. Loop 36. So if they're in loop 10, which I believe is where they pause. Excuse me. Yep, loop 10. Loop 37, 0. And then we have loop 36, 10. Nope. 10. Pretty sure that's right. Yeah. So what did I do here? Rebex. Oh, is not equal to 10. Okay, that's it. Okay. So let's try that again. Also
Hey there.
Hello.
So
What?
May I have everyone's attention? What a
Nice.
feast we have.
Okay, cool. So that's good. That works. Now we're here.
Leger, you in there? Get out here now.
Okay. So the other question here is, you take a couple of turns, she should knock and repeat the Leger again. Okay. We can do that, I guess. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and put the browser music back on while we fix this. Alright, so we're gonna need a new thing here. Which is Eliza's guest quarters. There we go. So alright, we're gonna have to add a little something here. Okay, if you take a couple of turns, she should knock and repeat the Leger again. Well, that should only happen once, though. So, okay, we'll do that with scene turns, which is a global integer. So, all right. If Lola is in room 113, get out here now. All right. So we'll set scene turns is equal to 0. If previous room is equal to 1/3, okay, so as soon as you leave, and Lola's out here, then we'll set scene turns to 0 again, because that will kill things if, scene turns is equal to 0. Alright, so, room 115, repeatedly execute. We need to repeatedly execute in here now. And that is repeatedly execute. If scene turns is equal to 2, then we'll do that again. Alright, that happens. Actually, you know what we'll do instead? Instead of it being when Lola shows up, or when you go outside, we'll do it when you leave the room. So room leave, if scene turns is greater than 0, then scene turns is equal to 0, or equals 0, I should say. Okay, repeatedly execute if scene turns is equal to 2, then I think it should just be an if game once only. Lola impatient. And then we don't even have to worry about setting scene turns to 2. So I like my opening curly at the end of the line. Well, that's to think about, right? Okay, so we'll just do this. So like if you exit, okay, fine. If you do that, load, tin cup, look, tin cup. If C Lola Bod room is equal to 113, then scene turns plus plus. Same with this, same with the cots, same with the bunks, same with the chest, same with the stove, same with this, same with everything else. Okay. Do I have a knocking, like a urgent knocking? And also, what's Lola's? 688. Okay, so.
Leger, you in there?
Yeah, we need a more forceful Leger from Lola. Which I think we have. Leger. Damn it, Leger. Leger.
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
Right. So, I guess we can just use that one. 425. That one has already been processed, but if I just process it again, it's fine. For one thing, it needs to be panned differently. So wait, hold on. What about, which line is it? Might have to do it the other way because I think it comes from the other way. 688. Okay, no.
Leger, you in there?
Okay, so stereo pan. No. Stereo channel mixer. No. Stereo center?
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
Right, okay. That's fine.
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
Okay. And then we'll just muffle that. Behind door.
Leger. Leger.
Perfect. Alright. So we need an extra one. Where's Lola's final? What's Lola's highest speech number? 733. So we'll save it as Lola 734. Which doesn't exist.
Leger.
Okay, cool. So then we have, if we have this, Lola impatient, C Lola head, CX, 734, Leger. And it should make her like go down. Do we have knocking? I'm sure we have knocking. But do we have any, like, urgent knocking is the question. Sounds, doors. These are doors, though. I don't have knocks under my doors. I should... Door kicked. What? Door kicked? Right. I don't have any knocks in here. You'd think I would have put knocks in there, but I guess not. Alright, wood hit, liquid pour, metal step, wind watch, Bullet hit, box hit ground. No. Box hit step. Nope. Gavel. Knife stab. Ship bell. That's a nice one. I have to add that actually to okay, I guess I don't really have a knock. So it doesn't matter. She doesn't have to knock. But let's try our thing here. Let's go ahead and try what we've just scripted. So she's just said, come on. Alright, let's turn the music down.
A handsome-looking man. Bridget standing with a man. Keeps the room warm. Winters here must get awful chilly, though.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll save. We should do it. There does need to be a knock, though. And I just realized that this should only happen if party is equal to true. So, if party is equal to true, then if game is equal to, and all that. So, keep that. Alright, let's go ahead and search for a frantic knock in my vast library of sound effects. There's not very many. Knocking on heavy door. Oh, that's perfect. Don't even have to mess with it very much. Knocking on heavy door. Knock, knock, knocking on heavy door. Sorry. Maximize volume. Door knock. Well, Lola knock, we'll call that. Because it's only for her. Legere! Alright. So, let's import it under doors because it's a door sound. It's related to doors, so. Alright, so room 115. If scene turns is equal to 2. Lola impatient. Wait 20. A Lola knock. Play. Wow. Game is audio playing. Sound. Wait. And then Lola says Legere. Alright, so let's try that. Well, what I'd like to know is why scene turns is... Oh, you know what? Because it's probably set to -1. Alright, so we'll set it to 0 as soon as... Oh, yeah, there you go. Lola wake-up call. Alright, so let's just try from the beginning, from the previous thing. From the party, I should say. Just so we have the full... the full proper thing. And she should knock beforehand too, so. A Lola knock to play. Well, is game. No. Well, game is audio playing. Sound. Wait, sound. She's gonna knock no matter what. Whoa! Code Rushed. Thank you for the raid. Raiding with some people here. Thank you for raiding. This is the final Wild West Wednesday. Welcome. I'm just testing my code here. Dance and... Well, let's get rid of this. Let's do dance and test. Oh.
Hey, Hey there.
Oh.
I am.
So where?
What?
Alright, everybody shut up. Rushed welcome to the Raiders, to the final Wild West. Yes.
What?
Okay, so.
Leger, you in there? Get out here now.
Alright, so now if you take too long.
Bridget standing with a man.
Leger.
Okay, cool.
Keeps the room warm. Bridget.
So it only happens the one time,
handsome looking.
which is fine. Because if you keep...
What's going on?
We got a problem.
Okay, cool. Alright, so that works. So that's another thing taken off my list. Move Harley up higher when she's standing talking to Joanna in the fire pit. Okay, well, there's something else to fix easy. Another easy fix, I should say. I don't want to get too into the weeds in this scene because obviously don't want to spoil things, but there's certain things I can fix just fine. Excuse me. Jeez. Alright.
We got a.
Alright, but we gotta test this too because now she's in room 112, so I want to make sure. Is this
Bridget.
Ah!
Leger.
Okay, there's a bug that I just introduced. Wonderful. Okay, so repeatedly execute always. If scene turns is equal to 2, and you haven't talked to Lola. So we've got... Where is it? Here it is. Lola suspicious, right? Follower Lola is equal to true. Follower Lola is equal to true. Follower Lola is equal to true. Okay, so then it'll just be in follow. If scene turns is equal to true and follower Lola is equal to false. And of course, it only happens if she's in room 113. So if she's not in room 113, then it's not going to happen anywhere else. Because in the other instance, she's never in room 113 while you're able to go in there. So that's fine. Now let's make sure again that this is okay. So we just came in here. Right, okay. Alright, so the problem is when she walks over to her.
Good morning, Joanna.
Oh, good morning. I hope.
Well, I was.
Of course.
I mean, I don't have a
Thanks,
huge
God.
problem with that, but alright, maybe if she just... She comes over here instead. 1478, 632. 1478, 632. 1478, 632. Fourteen 78 632. All right, and same for use inventory. 1478 632. Howdy, Mr. Gel.
Good morning, Joanna.
Oh, good morning, Sister Harley. I hope you slept well.
Well enough. I was.
Of course.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's fine. me up higher. In the garden,
I got it.
Nadine's head looks too high and her neck is very long. That shouldn't be the case. No, that's fine. That looks okay to me. That's how she's supposed to be. She's just, you know, that's her neck. Pretty sure that's how she's supposed to be. Characters, Nadine. Body. Speaking. There we go. Body. Whittling. Yeah, that looks okay to me, I think, right? Yeah. That's not her neck, it's just her chest. It's the right height, unless, I don't know.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Yeah.
Well,
I look forward.
Looks okay to me. Alright. Telling her backstory comes very fast, needs to be space between them. Okay. Obviously, that's gonna be a little spoilery, so we're gonna stop with this right here. So let's see. Revisions to ambush. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the easy things here. The non-spoilery things. Okay, let's go back to this. Visions. Well. Okay, no. Pant slower. Okay, we'll do that. Coyote will pant slower. So, after the coyote... After you give Nadine the snake root. What happens? Room 63. Yeah. Room 63. Room 63. Here we go. What's next? Hurry, Harley. Find me that snake root. Okay. That's fine. If you give Nadine... if you give Nadine the snake root, it has to be the same thing. This is how I feel. I managed to find some snack. Okay, relax, friend. This will help. This is what I need to find. Find all in current project. So fader fades out. Yeah, it happens 3 times. That's what I thought. Fader fades out. So C Coyote, or O Coyote, whatever it is. No, it's C Coyote. It's the character is the coyote. The coyote excursions 63 Nadine. Load. If room config is equal to 1 and herbs room config is equal to 2, coyote animate 0.4. Okay, so we're gonna have the coyote animate much lower than that. Slower than that is what I meant to say. Okay, so we'll do it at, let's say, like 6. So, coyote pants slower. Get you out of my list. What happens in Camp 2? What do we gotta do? Can we see Jake drinking? Maybe add a... Okay, that's maybe add an animation, so we're not doing that right now. Atmosphere. Okay, this is gonna be another art one. Let's figure this one out. Let's figure out how to make this post office spookier. Journey. Post office. Interior. Alright. How do we make the post office interior more spooky? Well, we can make the shadow a lot spookier, I guess. Those shadows more spooky. That here we go. Layer 14 overlay. Okay, we need a different overlay, I think. Fire glow's fine. Okay, right. So these are the okay. Foreground is there. Wait, is this even in the... Is this in the game? I don't remember ever seeing this, actually. I don't think I recall seeing those foreground bags in the game. Unless I'm just stupid and I didn't really pay much attention. No, those are there. And they're visible. They should be there. I guess I just haven't really properly played through this in a bit, so I haven't remembered them being here. Okay, so this needs to be scary. So, I guess the way to make it more scary is to just put another layer of shadow over it and hope for the best. So let's just do a nice dark blue. Well, this is the frame is there. Big F in dark blue overlay. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Select inverse. Okay, so just do that. There we go. There we go. That looks a lot darker and spookier now, right? Hello, dual names. Welcome to the final Wild West Wednesday. Alright, so we've got that. That's better now. So now I have to save 2 versions of this, which is post office interior. Okay, at least I think. Oh wait, no, hold on, because we've got this now, which is not going to look good if. Hold on. This is if I have. Is this gonna mess up my thing? Probably. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. So, So you know what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to, right? Because that goes too far here. I'm just gonna, instead of, okay, I'm gonna, easy enough. Just gonna have to say, well, everything beyond this has to go away. So let's go ahead and, it's the problem with having multiple things happening at once. So we'll just get rid of you here and just say, okay, well, here this spooky overlay just goes as far as here, and everything else is fine. I mean, that's not such a huge difference if it appears, right? So that's fine. Okay. Spooky overlay. That's better than it was before, at least. I mean, it's darker than it was before anyway. But also, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Wait, no, that's not what I just did. I wanted to get rid of this, and I wanted to get rid of this. There we go. And I guess I want to get rid of this too. Cool. Is this it? I have a great joke for you, which of course you're aware of. This is the last time you're working on Rosewater. Well, it's the last time I'm working on stream on Rosewater, yes. Alright, so let's save and then save as backgrounds, 49 50 post office interior, post office interior desert, and then of course we switch everything around for forest, which actually literally is just that's the only thing we have to change. It's just the outside view of the window, which is easy enough. Oh wait, no. We also have to change the background. Durr. You don't want a desert background with a forest interior. That would be silly. I'm incredibly excited, all jokes aside. I did enjoy Lamplight City very much, and I've played Alan Wake, and of course, you mean a Golden Wake, not I didn't make Alan Wake. If I had made Alan Wake, I'd be a millionaire. But thank you. What was the joke exactly? I missed it. Yes. Wrong Wake. Close enough, though. Okay. Okay. That should hopefully do. I mean, it's probably not... It's better than it was before, but it's not supposed to be like, oh my god, this is so scary. I'm gonna pee my pants. So, background 1, background 2. Background 1 is forest. Western game, backgrounds 50, forest. Background 2. Desert. There we go. Slightly more spooky, but whatever. The joke was that for a dev of the real journey of the game. Oh, well, of course. I mean, yeah. The testers have been doing a pretty good job of finding big bugs up to this point, so I'm pretty confident it'll be pretty solid at release. Famous last words, right? But, you know, whatever. What's happening here? Is this... Tisk, tisk, tisk. This might not be good. Hold on, we gotta test now, because I don't like that line there that's happening. Why is that happening? I didn't change anything. Unless I saved it with, I may have saved it with the thing turned on that shouldn't have been turned on. So, let's see. Why, it's Julia! Hello, A Maple Mystery. You did. You caught the very end of the very last stream. I'm just been doing a hodgepodge of little tweaks here and there on my to-do list.
What's... You're...
Yeah. Yes?
and give...
What?
What was that?
Alright.
God be.
Yep. That's wrong. That should not be that. Okay. The foreground things are there at least, which is good. But what's happening here, I don't know. Let's go back to Photoshop and figure out what the hell is happening here. So, lantern, which is here. I mean, that's should be fine. Why is lantern not correct? Let's find out. Copy and paste in here. Okay, so that's not good because... Oh, I know why it's not good, because I increased the opacity of this. It was 41. Now it's... Right, that's why that happened. But that's fine, because I'll just keep it as it was, because I already added this other thing, so okay. So in order to not screw this up any further, I'm just gonna leave the opacity as it was. Make this a little darker. Just vignette it up. Why not? And well, that's maybe too much. You should be able to see the top part there. Yeah, we'll save that as that. Alright, so save. And we'll go back to saving the backgrounds properly. Post office interior. Desert. Post office interior. Forest. Forest. Okay, perfect. Yes. Yes, okay. Back to where we were, which was here. Main background is forest. And background one is desert. Boom, okay, cool. Huzzah! Congratulations on your imminent launch. Well, it's not that imminent. It's still a little over a month away. A little over a month is plenty of time to do things. Oh yeah, if you walk too close... Okay, well, that's not something else to add later. What's the revision on troop? Okay. Madre de Dios, when does he say that? I think he says it when he looks out the window. Yeah? He doesn't have... What is she doing? Okay, so he'll say, Madre de Dios, and then his facial expression will change. No! It's not what I wanted. Face expression, neutral, and then he looks out the window. Okay, so then you can do that. And then he looks outside. Alright. So let's just go ahead and make sure that that works, and then that'll be the stream. And I'll just get back to work on doing all of my stuff off of stream. Excuse me. skip actor troop. Ugh. Yeah, I will ride off into the sunset. How anticlimactic that the last thing I did was on stream was have a guy look out the window.
Madre de Dios!
I'd better see what's going on.
Okay.
What is it?
Cool. Alright, well that works. End of the last stream is sad, but release of the game is the best. Yeah, I mean, literally everything I have left to do is exactly this, and, you know, it would basically be showing off every single part of the game, so it would be very spoilery, which is why I'm not going to do it on stream anymore. So, thank you all so very much for coming on this development journey with me. I know it's been very long. Let me do my pre-stream chat. It has been a very long development process, but I'm very happy that that Rosewater will be out soon, in a month and a week, actually 8 days. A month and 8 days, Rosewater will be out. So yeah, thank you all for accompanying me on this Wild West journey. I will, like I said, I'll be streaming GTA RP if that's your thing. You know, then feel free to watch my RP streams, you know, those are fun. But as far as game development goes, I'm not going to be streaming game development until I am well into my next project, which means, well, once I've announced my next project, and I'm not going to announce my next project until I am well into my next project. So, yes, you did. Hello, Disco Ken. You caught the last stream at the buzzer. Thank you. So, yes, thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the heater, who, you know, whatever. So yeah, hopefully you'll all enjoy Rosewater when it comes out. I might do, you know, a little celebration stream, maybe, once the game is out. Maybe I'll bring in some special guests or something. We'll see if I can make that happen. But either way, thank you all again. I will see you when I see you again. Let's celebrate by watching the trailer. Bye!
Much has been said about the western frontier. The perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there, usually to get away from something worse.
Why are you here?
We're going to look for Dr. Bennett Clark's missing fortune.
Wasn't he the guy who blew up those people a few years back?
Alas, we all make mistakes.
My companions and I set out from Rosewater, encountering bandits, rebels, visionaries, eccentrics, and many more friends and foes.
This was meant to be a simple job.
This quest has run us afoul of some very dangerous people.
I imagined it would be a dangerous undertaking.
Quite the understatement.
Well, damn.